Hi guys, Leafy Murdoch here, and I'm doing a what if. But of course, it's not just a what if of any series stories, but I guess you could say powers. But I'm here to give you a scenario in a sensible way that works out for this to work. So we're going to have to we're going to have the idea of the Berserk armor being in the Dragon Ball universe. So if you do not know what Berserk is, please check out. But don't say this lightly. Please be over 18 because this manga is not for the faint of heart because it contains extreme gore and sexual violence. So if you're sensitive to that kind of content, I would not say this is for you. But I will leave a link to why you should read it in the description if you're interested after this video. But it's by Super Sky Wolf, and but trust me, there's a very high chance you will love it. And it's also, you haven't read or watched Dragon Ball, start watching Dragon Ball for the best experience, or read the manga, which is amazing as well. So I'll explain briefly what the Berserk armor is. The Berserk armor is a suit that's worn by Guts, the main character from Berserk, which gives him a greater edge in fights, but sends his mind into a state of unconscious rage, giving a massive boost in speed, power, and endurance. And whoever is lucky/unlucky to be wearing the armor will not feel any pain. It fixes bones and battle damage to the body during the fight, but remember, this is only temporary. Once the armor is off, the user feels all the pain, so it's not the best choice for battle. And it's hard to lose your state of being, so it's hard to be knocked out of the conscience of endless rage while you're in this form. But I'm not going to explain to you what happens or why how you lose it, how you lose the state of being from being in the Berserk armor. If anyone's watching seen the series, you know how anyway. Also, if you lose all the blood in your body during a fight, you'll die, and you'll also lose a lot of blood by pushing your body to its limit by going this far. So yeah, so obviously the battle damage and stuff, and it pushes your body to do insane things like explosive blood limit or damages your body. Like in Naruto, I was watching reading Naruto the other day, and apparently if you use more than 20%, your body only uses 20% of your muscle power, which I found very interesting. But yeah, also the armor repairs itself. The amount of power Guts is able to deal can allow him to smash materials harder than steel. Remember, Berserk is not anywhere near the power of Dragon Ball, but don't be fooled. Guts is more, just even more, I would say, more of a badass. The loses sight of sense, so it starts attacking allies around him, whether they literally anyone. So yeah, that's why. Like, why? When you ask yourself, like, why would it work in the Dragon Ball universe? So after Dragon Ball Super, Broly, and Goku and Vegeta, this is my little scenario, are at Beerus' planet training, and Reach remembers the fact that they have Senkai boosts. Now, doing into some research in the manga, Whiny Trunks mentions that Goku and Vegeta can't get Senkai boosts because they've reached their limits and they can't really get any more Senkai boosts. I believe it's still there, and it's most likely very small, and it doesn't make sense because the way of speaking, Goku and Vegeta can barely get any stronger and rely on getting more transformations mainly. So that's just assume that they can get stronger through Senkai boost still. Like I said, I believe they can still get it, but it's very tiny. But you know, when you're level 97 and the max is 100, and the X is a huge. Every amount of XP is a little help. Every little helps, right? So we pretty much states that to Goku and Vegeta that Broly's power reminds him of armor that Beerus once wore and had to reverse time because Beerus when in the armor, is activated, destroyed half the universe, out of being temporarily out of control. So it was not a good idea for God of Destruction to wear. Explains that he can go into alternative universes. He cannot do this, by the way, in the series. I just want to mention that he cannot. It's not been stated. I'm just making it up. Or it hasn't been said in Super, but it's just for this purpose of what if, and he sends energy from like where he found it. Obviously, like he found it from the energy of the odor or whatever. Created a copy, took it back to his universe after Beerus did not use it until now. So it creates two armors, one for Goku, one for Vegeta. As Goku and Vegeta are so unbelievably powerful, they go into the world of void that Whis has in his staff, and he goes in as well. The differences between Goku and Vegeta having the armor compared to Beerus is, like I said earlier, the Senkai boosts are much more useful to the armor, because the Beerus, we just saw in his lifespan and saw in his body. This Berserk body armor, the Berserk armor, if you think about it, is like the perfect training tool for a Saiyan, as for a Senkai boost from the damage they will receive from fighting. And yeah, they will put on the armor and they get mad and it unlocks, and they are consumed by the armor. The interesting thing may be being underneath the spell of the armor, they can go Super Saiyan in the armor, and the form of the armor takes ape-like head form, like Guts turns into a dog, wolf in Berserk, and glows and potentially yellow. But I personally like the thought of it being still black and glowing yellow to symbolise that he's in a Super Saiyan while he's in the suit. Why not in a God form? Or because the God form needs key control, and it's not good if you're going out of control. But also, all the combat and get knocked out loads by Whis. So if they want to be if in this case, if they want to be like out of the armor, out of the SB, and Whis just needs to give him a chop because he's just that strong to make him stronger. So yeah, they also will be covered in scars like Guts is in Berserk. They are now hair is completely white and not exactly the same person as they were before. But this is during all the training. They are doing it while being with it, and they can quite mentally just be destroying, even though they are Saiyans. But I love it if they came out with a new form while they're out of their like Berserk armors. Like they can go into a Berserk form, and a lot of talk about the one like Broly, Kale's use Berserk form. But the ones where Goku's hair is spiked up and is all bloody stained with the white hair, like Ken Kaneki type of thing, and a red and black aura like from Gon from Hunter x Hunter has when he loses his mind with Pitou. I think that would be so cool knowing Goku and Vegeta. They would normally sell there'll be the normal self after the training is done, after a while, obviously after recovering from it, because obviously they'll be quite like mentally destroyed after using this armor. I think this will help them become stronger and learn something, because it may not be the best form of training, but it's a different type of training, if you know what I mean. So they can pick up a thing or two. Plus, if they haven't had a Senkai boost to its fullest potential, they will do after using his armor. And in the armor, they can twist their bodies, but it's not very useful as they can fly and have a 360 angle. And could you imagine Gohan or Trunks wearing this armor, or even Broly? They could be much more worse. Saying that, perhaps maybe they can unlock the Rage or Berserk forms, because this armor mentally and physiologically I can't say, as long as we can knock them out before they can control this armor, or before they can get out of control with this armor and die, they can be very useful to their training with Whis. So yeah, in 2 takes I threw that in. Oh my god, I've been wanting to release this video for so long, but I thought it'd be much more hard to figure out. Actually, it's quite hard to figure out if you'll compile it together, like in a 10-minute video or whatever. But yeah, I'm so glad that I finally got this out. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on like any other form, like people wearing the Berserk armor and that sort of thing. And and subscribe if you're new. I mainly do like like YouTube videos like you should read. I've been starting that recently. I've done one on Baki the Grappler and the Promised Neverland. I'll be doing one on Dr. Stone eventually soon. And I have a second channel that's been recently came up and it's called Tyler Biscuit. I'll leave a link to that in the description. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I love you all. Thank you very much for watching. I'm really proud of this video. And I'll see you next time. Peace.